So we're going to give you an update. I haven't posted anything in 4 months, and a lot's happened in 4 months. So you guys know how long-winded I am. I'll try not to bore you with the details, but I wanted to give you at least an update of some of the good and some of the bad that's happened in the last 4 months. So let's get started. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, the baby chicken used to be sitting right here. And I'm happy to report that even though it's not here anymore, we don't really have any blood stuff coming out of it, right? What used to be sitting right here, which you can see from what used to be sitting right here was the 89 White Fox, which that's the oil coming out of that one. But that's not here either. Back here, for a while, I had a car sitting here, and you can see from it was bleeding too. You can see all through here. And then we had a car sitting here, and they're both gone. And you can see it's as if the rapture happened and all their car covers were left behind. We had cars sitting all through here and all over there on the side, around that corner over there. Go to the rabbit cage and turn left. So they have all gotten removed as a result of my HOA. My HOA has made it very clear that I cannot have cars here. Even though a year ago they said you can have all the cars you want to on your property, but you can't now. They're saying they made a special rule for me that I can't have cars here. So we've had to modify. So to give you an idea of what was back here that some of you guys, well, most of you don't know, is the murderer was here. We had the Mercury murderer was right here, which we were going to do a pilot episode on, and we didn't get a chance to do it yet. We had a stage 3 Roush Mustang that was sitting right here, triple black, and we were going to do a pilot episode on that. Didn't get to do it. It's not here. We had a XJ8 that you guys have seen on the channel, which I wanted to get more into. It was my daily for a while. It's gone. Over here on this area here in the corner, we had the 99 GC8, which I was really excited about revealing to you guys on the channel, and it's gone. Over here was the 02 Come Here Ho Z28, and it's gone. And then we had the 89 Fox body that you guys have seen, and the baby chicken was over here. Back in the corner, we had Sparks 06 3-valve, and the 03 GT was over there. So what has changed? Well, let's talk about it. So what happened was HOA sent me a letter saying you can't have cars, and the rules of the neighborhood state you can have a car in your backyard as long as your neighbors can't see it. Well, as you can see from my backyard, I don't really have any neighbors. I have one neighbor on this side, that side. They have a 12-foot wall. You can't see in my backyard. They have a single-story house. You can't see it from the road because there's a reserve that has all these trees and everything. And so in order for them to know that I had cars in the backyard, they had to get a drone. And the drone took footage of my backyard, and that's what they used to say, oh, well, we can see the cars in your backyard. One of the HOA board members actually walked into my backyard, which I'm still not happy about. So this is a cautionary tale. For those of you who don't have an HOA, don't get one. For those of you who have one, get away from it. So they told me I had to move everything by the 11th of March. And so I had to scramble to get everything moved out in a very short amount of time. Several cars were down. The GC8 fuel pump was bad, and I didn't want to change it there because I was running out of time. The Fiero's still got a socket stuck on the number 4 plug. So we had to push both those out, get them towed. The 03 Roush that I was telling you about, the stage 3, it sprung a fuel leak as I pulled it out as a result of another cautionary tale. If you're going to do something, do it yourself. Don't take it somewhere. I had them put in an oil pressure sending unit, and it was just, we're not going to talk about that now. This is a story for another time. So that was dumping oil all over the road, and it turned into a big mess. So I had to get that towed, got that one fixed. So what's left here at the house, the 93 is still here. And it is in the process of, decided to abandon it as a result of some wiring problems that I witnessed. So now I'm going back through to get the Holley Terminator X put in here, and we're going to remove this lower intake and maybe go with something else. Holley's got a high ram tunnel EFI for 351 that'll fit on here, and this car is eventually going to get a board. I think I'm going to stroke it to a 427. It's a 351 Windsor. We're probably going to stroke it to 427, and that'll fit on that block. But I mean, we've done already quite a bit. It's got a new new radiator. It's got new water pump, new alternator. Wiring's in a mess. It's a mess because I haven't finished it. I got one of those American Auto Wire kits, and it was a disaster. I would not ever do that again. I would probably do the wiring myself rather than buy a kit because the connectors were just garbage. And there's videos on the channel about that whole mess from 2 or 3 years ago. But this one, it has no interior right now. We've got to get the interior sitting upstairs in a bedroom. So I've got to get essentially everything out of the bedroom and into this car. We're going to keep the interior relatively stock for the most part. There's some nuances that I'm going to do to it, but for the most part it'll be stock. And I've got some inspiration on the wall there. I have no idea whose car that is. I just found that on the Jungle website. So over here, this is the hood for the 03 that we replaced. There's a gas tank and a fuel pump for this car sitting behind there. There's a ton of other parts that I have yet to get to. In that box right there is a GT40 lower intake, which I might actually just put on to this 93 now that I think about it. I'll have to look at that. But over here we got the Desert Wolf Mustang. This has got a stage 3 supercharger from Roush. I don't know what the horsepower is. I was told it's somewhere in the 700s. I have not dynoed it. This car I bought from somebody who didn't even know it had a supercharger on it, so I got a smoking deal. It's 2016. It's performance package. It's got all the bells and whistles. And the only thing I've done to this car is put jacking rails on it. That's it. I haven't done anything else to it. Well, brakes, but I mean, not anything modified. This car will eventually get some upgrades, but for right now, I'm working on everything else. Let's see. So 89 is here for right now. It's got some stuff that needs to get done to it. We just put a 373 rear end in it. It's amazing. It's got new wheel bearings and everything. It's super quick now. This engine needs a complete overhaul though, and I just haven't gotten to it. And the reason why is because this is going to get a Coyote. probably a 3 or 4 generation. I don't know yet. And we're going to swap it to a 6-speed. I've already got the 31 spline axles and aluminum drive shaft for it and all that stuff. It's going to get a 5-lug conversion. Got the rears already set up for that. I'm going to need to do the fronts. But yeah, this car is on hold for the time being as a result of everything that's just happened in the last 2 or 3 months. This just showed up at my house, and we're going to do a video on this one. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it, but just know that this did arrive. And yeah, we're going to talk about that one in another video. What I really wanted to give you guys an update about is this car right here. So this car is my daughter's 2020. It is here because she was in a car accident. She was coming home from work, and it was raining, and several cars lost control, and there was a head-on. And fortunately, everybody survived. But she ended up with 2 broken ankles, and so she's been recovering for the last 5 weeks, and we were able to source this car, which there's some stuff done to this car. You can kind of see up front that these tires are pretty wide. And you can see from the front that there's some stuff here that's not stock, obviously. She's got plans for this car, and you know, maybe one day we'll have her come on the channel and she can talk about this car. But as I said, good news is she's okay. You know, her recovery is gonna take some time, but she's on the road to on the mend, if you will. So I had some videos scheduled that I didn't get to. I filmed part of them, but I haven't filmed all of them. I had a 3-part series we're going to do on Rivalry. I've got the 1 and 2 filmed. They're not edited. I'll get those out here eventually. I don't know when we're going to film part 3 because I just got so much going on. And the car that I need for part 3 is actually somewhere else right now. The only thing that I sold as a result of this HOA nonsense is the pickup truck, because we found out it had serious compression issues on 5 and 6. And so I ended up selling it to a mechanic who's going to try to bring it back to life. I was thinking about putting the engine in it, and then, you know, as I started putting the money together, it got to $7,000, and I was like, I got other things I want to put money into right now, and so there'll be other trucks at other times. Right now, I'm trying to focus on finishing something of what we got. The Fiero baby chicken's over at the mechanic shop right now, trying to get that socket off. We did some work on the GC8 over there. It's also in the mechanic shop. A buddy of mine and we changed out the fuel pump, and I did a tune-up on it. It runs amazing. It needs a lot of work. It needs body work. It needs a lot of interior work, but again, it's a project. That's what it's there for. What else is over there? The Marauder's over there right now getting a rear end rebuilt. And what else? Oh, the 03 Mustang's over there. That's the Midnight car. It, you know, we rebuilt the top end. Those videos are on here. And it's still got a weird thud and idle that's not consistent. It's random. So I don't know if it's a vacuum leak. It only happens at idle. I'm having them diagnose it because they can run live data, and I don't have those tools here. So, and not to mention I need places to put cars. The 06 3-valve is over at a friend's house. And I think that's all the cars that we have right now that are spread all over the area here. But anyways, I just want to take time to give you guys an update. We're going to get back to doing videos on a regular basis. But right now I'm just trying to get get stuff organized and start to focus and prioritize what it is that I want to work on and what I want to put on the channel for you guys to see. So be patient with us. We're working through it, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.